So everyone, there's a lot of things that's been on my mind lately, a lot of things I wanted to discuss and come in here and talk about. As of late, I had so many ideas coming up with this video, and I think it's important to not only admit, but also to really put attention on how this happens very frequently for a lot of founders, for a lot of builders, for a lot of people who are focused, even talented people who forget they're talented because they're surrounded by distractions. And I think that's a really important topic to talk about today. You're on this journey where you want to go, whether it's building a company, whether it's being the best singer, whether it's being the best content creator, whether it's being the best at what you do. It can be even so grand as like a Michael Jackson level, or something that you think that is so grand, so big, but you can't see it yet because you're looking at your external circumstance or things very in general. But sometimes you go into this path of, hey, I really like what I'm doing, it's great. But then when you forget about the structure that you've been putting in, or the structure that you know that's in place for you, you get into this quiet space, and then that space also can be distraction from your goals, distraction from your passion, your purpose, and what you really want to make happen. And it's about like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And for me, I had so many times, and even now, to address the elephant in the room, just 3 days ago, or maybe 2 days ago, you think you can just, hey, let me just have one day for fun, or one day for this. It just doesn't work like that when you're in a different path, a path to greatness that many people can't really fathom themselves, or people that can't really adjust to because it's just too out of their reach or too out of the nature. But there's just that voice that's in everyone, but they forget to listen to it, or they suppress it because they can't reach it, or there's just too much going on. And I think it's important that we notice that voice, right? We all have that certain voice where it tells us, yes, we can do it. That's the only thing that we can hear. Sometimes is we can do it, but then we can do it later. And we can do it later really hurts us. And there's times that, like for me, like you're going so good, you're 2 weeks in, you're 3 weeks in, you're a month in, you're 2 months in, and you're like, wow, no, I think I could, this is good. But I think when you have that feeling of contentment, it breaks down everything. There's times for myself where I get to a point where, okay, yeah, things are going great, but then again, you have those voices of distraction just yelling at you, the moments where you interact with certain people, maybe not in the right room, or maybe out, they're like, oh wow, this is great, what you're doing, it's not where you want to be, or it's just not the best you can continue to do. There's more better things that's going to come out when you just stay focused, when you stay aligned. Nothing worthwhile is easy, and especially the life that you want to live, that I want to live, that we all want to kind of live, of course with purpose and impact first. But it's just that feeling that I wake up every day, that voice is telling me, that spark inside of you, man, that goal that you have, you can complete it. But without using that system every day, without having that structure every day, without continue to tell yourself, even the times you're really tired, like even for tonight, it's almost 2 a.m., but I knew I had to get this off my chest. Like, the more you get focused, the more you get aligned, the resistance becomes more and more. Like, you're on this path of greatness, but then all these distractions come out of nowhere. And I think it's just like one big test to test you out, to see if you're born for this, like you're ready for this. And yeah, we all have our downs, we all have our lessons that we learn along the way. But then you just ask yourself, how many times can I just continue to go down this road of distractions? How many times I can continue to go down the same exact path with why I started? And unfortunately, that voice never leaves you when you're onto something great, onto something that's so impactful that you can't even see with your own eyes. You could just only see with your own mind. And I think that's important, that you use that fuel for the awesome things you're going to be doing, and not just preach. But I think it's important that whenever you're going through the pain, the distractions, the rejections, the insignificant amount of downs that you have, or just the crazy things that you go through from you were a kid to now, or whatever it may be, use that as the fuel to your fire. And I know that is just so easy to be said. But if you actually just really use it and really channel that inner power that you have to using something that's so great, but you just forget that. And then now with just so many distractions, you got FIFA going on, you just have so many of these things, it's just will take you away. And I think it's important to use that fuel, whether it's you're angry about something or whether you don't like this part about your life or you don't know where to go, that lost, that path, not knowing where to go, that stress in your mind, maybe things are not working out, stressing about this, stressing about that, and then just ultimately using all of that as fire to your next goal, your next step. And that just brings me back to just the structure that I built with this, the program that I built with this, the amazing opportunity this has for myself for growth as well, and for other people that are going to use it, that want to use it. And then this is the thing. And now, like, I just see it so beautifully clear. And for me, the most important thing that I've got from this program, the thing that I built, just looking at it in the past 3 days, is just to really follow the patterns. Where are the patterns leading you? And just take away everything that's not bringing you to where you want to be. And this happens. This is going to happen a lot. And I think if we can just take it early on or start seeing the patterns, whether you go on the daily flow that you go on there, the evening flow, the monthly review, the evening review, the monthly review, and just the weekly review will give you the patterns. The really important part is when you go to the daily flow and you go to the evening flow to see what happened during that day with the 5 answers to those 5 questions that it gives you. And you'll see right away that if you did what you're supposed to do, where are you lacking, where do you need more help, where do you need more attention on, where's the area of focus that you're missing that you haven't seen yet. And that's how I've been just reflecting this past weekend in general. If you're known in your mind that you see this big vision, this big thing, this big impact, the vision that you see in your mind that no one can see, because to be honest, it's not for everyone to see. Your vision is not everyone's, but also you know that you have that gift inside you. You know you have that spark. And I think that's super important. Your downs, your lows, we all have those times. It's just that's the biggest fuel for your superpowers, because we all have God-given superpowers. And when you start to understand that, you start looking at things very differently. So I encourage you all to just take the fuel, take the distractions, add that to the fuel, add the pain, maybe it's suffering that you're going through, and just add that. Add that moments of being lost. Add those moments of being just cast away somewhere where you don't know where you're going because you chose one day distraction over discipline or pleasure over discipline. Okay, let's bring it all back. Because for me, there's good days, there's bad days, there's all these days that I have, but those days are all one message telling me that just continue. Luck sometimes runs out, and I feel like we forget about that time period where we have to really make a major impact. And I think it's so important that if you're lost or if you're distracted, come to a really good consensus with yourself and be like, okay, what can I do? How can I achieve this? Let me take away everything and put it into somewhere where I can call it a system, a program. And that's exactly what I've done with this, to not only help me out, to help other people out, to achieve things that they thought it was very tough to achieve. And for the builders out there, for the founders, for people who know where to go but don't know where to start, this is the exact starting path for you to even take. And we start with the daily flow again, the evening flow, and then we go straight into the weekly review. That's really much it. That's one of the things I really wanted to talk about.